I don't know why it's not working.
Any free one? He did it. Just after the name. To protect it? Yep. That's the personal name.
Huh?
Both microphones are working? No.
Yep, mine is working. So we have to push the schedule again and talk about the topic because there's so many interests. So we continue on. We talked here about the trademark and the brands. So I was telling a couple of individuals over there. We know of a company called this name. Thank you, sir. We know of a company called this name. What this name means to you? No. There was a group in Lethbridge where you had your school, man. And they were doing mobile mapping. Thank you. For using unmanned aerial vehicle, UAVs. And their name was ISIS mapping. And ISIS or ISIS, it's a name for what? For a queen in Egypt who lived 6,700 years ago. And it was a queen of beauty. Okay? When 2005 came, this name became dominant in somewhere else. So this company would change the name. So the story here is for you to learn that the name is good as the name of your business. It's not your baby, it's not you. And it can change. So this is another example to share with you, another story. And I do know the CTO, the VP engineering, and I do know the CEO of this company because we were considering investing in them. When some of my friends were considering investing in them early on, I met them in a BTAC when I was giving a speech to BTAC, and my presentation came after them, and even I joked about them. I said, I'm coming here after this ISIS group, who they don't want to change their name for ISIS because they admire ISIS. And guess what they do? Mobile mapping from unmanned flying objects so they can spy and see us. Don't take a photo with ISIS, man. I don't want to see this to talk to me, okay? I had enough dealing with CSIS.
That wasn't in there.
Okay. Yeah, but one more story is I got one time phone call from Ottawa, and I have to present to Ottawa because I did some work on some territories, border crossing of Canadian-US. So I was cleared by CSIS for some time. And it's another story, another time we can share about how fun you can deal with CSIS against CIA, because CSIS is more critical than CIA. So there was lots of discussion about trademark versus company name in Alberta and in federal. Sorry? The federal will cover Quebec. So if you do have a name of a business, you usually try to make it federally because you want to register it somehow. If you want to stop people from using your name, you make trademark out of it. If you want to register trademark federally, it's about $200 plus $21.50 for the name search, and you can do it yourself. We can show you how to fill the forms. And then you can get Alberta extra provision registration. If it's a company, it's around $75 to the government. If it's a not-for-profit organization, you know how much do you pay? Not-for-profit organization. What? This is how much I paid. Because not-for-profit organization registration is not regulated as a fees in Alberta, so they can charge whatever you want. Okay? And we usually recommend to have LTD or Inc. You never have limited, you never have incorporated. Why? You need one of the four legal definitions: Inc., limited, incorporated, or LTD. We always recommend LTD or Inc. Why? Because you don't want to punish each one of your clients every time they write you a check to write the name of your company, your very long name. What's your name of your company? Calgary what? So it's very long, like I got lost. And then limited, L-I-M-I-T-E-D. Okay? I went also to a battle with Enbridge Pipeline, because when I sold them something, we called them Enbridge, I think, Inc. or Limited, and we had a dot. And their name does not have a dot. So we have to redo the whole agreement. So if you have these names reserved for you federally, you can reserve them for 3 months. You can run the business. If your business will go, you can do it. You can register it. If the business will not go, you only lost $21, you can do a different business. And then you can do your website URL. Does anybody understand how I can, in 2014, have ownership of winyourbrand.com, winwithyourbrand.com, standforyourself.com? How? Can I do that? Like stand for yourself. Is this a common word? Is this a common theme? That's right. I own standforyourself.com. Because when you pick up a name of your business, of your brand, of your corporation, you have to be wise enough to pick up what? The name which will have .com available, not the name you like. Okay? So when we do brainstorming about naming for businesses, we don't just say, oh, I feel like I want to call it Orange, I want to call it App. No, it's not like that. There's a mechanism, there's strategies, there's a specific search, specific exercise, step-by-step system, and the strategy where you end up having a name which you can have the resources for. Okay? Remember John McDonald. It's very tough. And I even find out for him that somebody, I think it was a plumber in Edmonton, registered a company name called John D. McDonald about 5 years ago or 6 years ago, which means he cannot even have his name as business. Okay? In Canada, there is something, legacy, have been called Name Act, and the Name Act will give you the right to your name. And they said anybody living or dead within the last 30 years, his name is his own ownership. And then there are exclusions for that. So if your name is a city, if your name is known as trademark, like Tim Hortons, like McDonald's, these are not anymore human names. These are trademark. Ford is a trademark of a vehicle. And one of the junior Fords has a business called Ford Muffler, and they have been shut down. So there are a few things. We are not lawyers. We don't give legal advice. But there are some legal information we can put out, which you can also access, and you can make up your mind. Okay? So when you brainstorm about name, it's very important to see.
Well, are you talking about a company name or a URL?
All are the same. All are the same. Because the law said, and this was a case about 2 years in the federal court, it was a company selling service in Canada. And they stopped selling service in Canada for 20 years or so. So there was an application in the court to expunge their trademark. So the judge came and decided a website helping Canadians getting review and the information on a product is an active trademark. Before this decision, an active trademark will be a trademark which has financial statement behind it. You make a business transactions, sales, and you sell and collect money in Canada to be recognized as a selling product to comply with the law. This particular judge said no, representing information, so you can buy the product from Canadian Tire or you compare to any other product in Canadian Tire, representing the information on a website is good enough to be identified within the wide range of definition of good sold. Because if I tell you a trademark is established once you have goods sold, what does it mean, goods sold? I sold one product, or I give you information, or I give you brochure. The court in Canada, till about 2 years ago, and if you need more details, I can send you the exact information, said you have to have financial information. You have to have invoices, collecting money, collecting GST in Canada to recognize the trademark as trademark of good and sold in Canada. 2 years ago, they said no. It's enough to have a website with a trademark, and the website can provide service to Canadian by providing information about the particular product or review or whatever, and the court did not accept the application, and they basically strike the application to expunge this particular trade name. It's a case in Quebec, but it's federal court, so it's valid in all Canada. Okay? Yes, sir.
Is there any benefit getting the .us?
.us, it's a benefit if you live in the US, and there is a requirement to be in .canada to be Canadian resident. And in .us, there is a requirement to be a US resident. And if you cheat and say, I am a US resident by heart, because I visit Vegas every year, and somebody wants to go after you, they can expunge your registration, which means they make it invalid, and then they go sue against you for damages. So if you don't have business in the US, we don't recommend it. But if you want to target client in the US, I will register the .us using one of my friends in the US, and I put my US content, and when I go on Google, Google will give priority to any search from the US to this particular domain. Okay? We know more than average person in this area, but we are not giving any legal advice. We are not responsible. Okay? We are not lawyers. I'm not a registered lawyer in Canada. But we can give you but under the law, we can give you legal information. So you don't go and say, oh, I've been told this for my bank because we didn't tell you about your company. But we can give you the legal information. We can help you make your own decision. Okay? Any other questions?
So if I register my company with the government, what happens if somebody uses the same name, Sun Valley, right now?
You can take him to court. You can go to the federal court. You can file for, I think, $150 application. And most likely these guys I will tell you a story. I will tell you a story. There was a guy called, once upon a time, a professor from the university started the company. His company used to be numbered company for 3 weeks or 3 months. Then it became Smart Camera Technologies. And then he decided, he got approved by the university to be on the incubator, so they called the company IntelliView Technologies. Okay? 2007. I didn't like the name. In 2009, I met somebody called Balka from Edmonton. He came over. He is very good in security. He wants to license our technology. I give him a complete tour. 2010, I was standing in front of they started the casino, the Blackfoot Casino, the new one. The Deerfoot Casino, the new one after Glenmore. No, the new one on Deerfoot after Glenmore, after Douglas Dale. Yeah, this casino was just started like a year ago or so at the time, and we were standing there in a security show, and I found a guy. He said, "Oh, you work for Balka?" I said, "No." Who is Balka? So this guy went to Edmonton, and he has in the yellow page something called IntelliView Security. Exactly what we do. Video analytic, whatever, exactly. But he has security and he has security links. And when I tried to look under his website and under his name, he had a numbered company. So we went in, I filed a trademark. And the minute I filed the trademark, this guy got panicked. He got lawyers. And he tried to stop it. We said, okay, within 1 year, if you wanna stop our trademark, because people can actually oppose your trademark during the process. There's a stage there. You have a year to oppose it. The guy could not afford the money. And I do own under my name IntelliView Technologies Inc. logo and name as 2 separate trademarks. At that time, the trademark was $50. 2 years later, the CIPO increased it to 250 as trademark fees. So I had this in my life.
Who was first?
I was first
Who was IBT?
with IntelliView Technologies.
Who was similar enough that you could
It's IntelliView. The unique identification is what? IntelliView. Because technology, security, Calgary are not protected.
what's your trademark?
IntelliView Technologies Inc. as a complete word. But you exclude technologies. And I also have a logo. And this logo is trademarked. What is the most precious trademark in the world right now? Most precious one? The Coca-Cola. So, how much value for Coca-Cola trademark? How much? How many billions? It was evaluated about, I think now 5 years or sometimes very short past. It was about $67 billion. Which means if you have anything, if they find out that this black juice or this black liquid gets you cancer and they change the name to something else, this is what you pay to rename something else for it. What's their trademark? Their trademark has never been Coca-Cola. Their trademark is basically the bottle with the name on it, Coca-Cola. And their bottles are unique, which means you cannot use their bottles for decoration and put sand colors in it and give it to to your clients. Because there are people who do that. People go get the empty bottles and they wipe out the names and they make, you know, these sand coloring things when you have people do that. You cannot do that. Okay? Don't do it. Okay? So when they invented these boxes, you know the box they have? What's cool about it? No, the cartoon box. What's cool about it? It can go to the fridge. The new box they have, which is this box, which is 2 cans on the top of each other, it's cool, that's right. Why 7-Up did not come with the same box? Because these damn guys went in and they trademark the box, which has dots here, as their unique label. So 7-Up has to come up with, or PepsiCo, which by the way is the second largest company worldwide, PepsiCo. They have to come up with the 7-Up box with 4 cans when you put it in the fridge. Very simple. Big money, big bucks. For you to do something like this in Canada, if you have the design, how much will it cost you? $250. $250. That's it. Why we do it? Defensively. And when we try to defend ourselves, we don't care about how much protection we get, as long as nobody can come and stop us from doing it. And this, if you don't have this attitude as you defend yourself, don't talk to me. If you want to defend yourself, I can show you how you defend yourself, and we can do that. If you want to do it because you want to go after somebody else, don't do it. I'm not doing it, okay? So, yes? It's give you a priority, and then you can do it. You can transfer it internationally, but it gives you priority. So if you do it with the internet, with everything else, with the new legislations will be coming in, you will have the power. So you can have implications there. But if you do it, you don't need somebody to do it like you. I built in my company something called, because I will not post this sheet as learning, this is my private sheet. I built in my company something called Smart DVR, which is wrong name. Because Google does not recognize not correct English words. So this will never be indexed by Google. To make the story funny, we used to go to ISC, which will happen next week in Vegas every year, largest security show. International Security Conference. And what happens there? Young, I go to the new product show, I participate, new product offerings, you pay $600, you be on the front, and you have all the media. What's $600 in the big game? Nothing. You know? And then 2 years later, I bought from China a product, has the label Smart DVR, and I bought from China a product has this logo. Which is the logo of my company. And we bought them and we brought them to Canada. And we had them in the company. As an example of when you do something, and even we could not sell our products in Canada, but somebody in China is selling it and we cannot sell it. We couldn't make enough money at the time from security, and that's why we moved to leak detection and other stuff. But somebody is using our names because I saw weird stuff in this area. So if you have a business which you may want to make it a big brand or something will go to a franchise, we have to at least listen to us. Get our service and listen to us. It will give you different perceptions. Okay? Any other questions? John? Okay, so we are here for brand mastery. The brand is you, and I want to have to run you again with our service. Motivational is like passing. You need to do it every day, as our best friend Zig Ziglar, who passed away 2012. We went yesterday through this one, which is not a proper presentation. So we have to get you through the proper one. So we know that about 97% of individuals are earning less than their brand as they deserve. Many of us, they do no more than what they get for salaries and their income. And there's only few brands around us. Donald Trump is one of them. Martha Stewart, Oprah are these some of the brands. But there are people here like you met Rick, you met Elio, you met Mitch. Everyone here has knowledge. And they can make more money with the knowledge. Do you believe in that? Do you believe that you as Marcel can make more money because you are Marcel, who you know and what you speak?
Yeah, sure.
If you don't believe in that, you are in the wrong place. And you have no future. Same for Bonnie. Same for Sarah. Same for everyone. Everyone should be able to make more business by leveraging his knowledge, his skills, at even McDonald's, than what he makes without his name and his skills. That's right? 92% of individuals are afraid of their financial status. And we are always in these states as long as we don't have major savings in US dollars because we lost our income. 30% of our income was lost because somebody played in the money market. And the Canadian dollar became weaker and weaker and weaker. People who have money in their houses, they will be devalued. And we may be seeing occasion where there is no money and people will leave their houses they cannot afford their mortgage and leave away. That's right. 94% of us cannot cover the first 2 weeks' expenses of their month. After 2 weeks, they cannot go by. And they live on their debts. And it doesn't have to be that bad. We have knowledge and we have individual brand, we have recognition, which we can do it in a different way. We don't get profit of our brand because we always have fear and the ego gets in our way. And what's the fear we overcome today? Being in front of a camera. And I was amazed that somebody said it. And someone from where? From the young age where we compete in Facebook against their video and YouTube channels, he's saying he has the fear. On the other tables, everybody has the fear. And I hope today you were able to overcome your fear. You have a belief you can do it yourself. And I explained to you, or I exposed you to a few of my views of knowledge in the business. How many of you find what I talk about was brand new? Like 60, 70% of what I explained was brand new. Okay? What I said was a regular business step. It's not different. These stuff are not brand new. If you don't know this information, it means You yourself cannot afford, cannot do it. You need help. And how we get help? By hiring people, joining people with the same skills, or get education. Usually we are interested, we are not committed. So to prove this to you guys, how many of you shared a tweet or a Facebook on us? Only Mitch. What did you get in return of that?
Your eternal gratitude.
No, what did I get? What I told you today about your website? What do you have to remove from it?
Give me some advice.
Okay. So when he shared about us, he made 2 or 3 shares about us yesterday. When I was extremely tired, was to sleep, I found this shared. I went in, I saw stuff which is, I have my own observation. It's not comment, it's not positive or negative. I have my own observation. I came and said, you know, Mitch, you may consider this stuff. And if I wouldn't meet him today, I would do it online. So I would do it to him in private messages, because we don't blackmail ourselves, our friends. If you see something you don't like, tell us, not to everybody. Private messaging, text messaging, call us on the phone, or if you see us in person, on side note. Oh, by the way, what do you think about this? Would you consider this? So we give back in exchange of, is the information I gave you today was valuable or not? Okay. So please be committed to help us and try to share our information on your social media. Usually we don't understand money and how to manage it. And this is a good example when we say $5,000 for SEOs. You don't need to spend $5,000 for SEOs. You don't need to spend on a basic trademark $2,000. It's only $250. And a template to fill. And if you buy the template will not be $1,750. So we sometimes invest in areas we don't get values from. And when we have money, we spend. And sometimes we have the money, but we don't want to spend because we don't see. You have to spend to grow. You cannot just say everything will be for free, because nothing free works. We usually have the lack of basic knowledge to be successful because we don't feel success. Remember, what's my goal today? A winning is a mindset. Believe me, this was a random quote. The car which is beeped when I talk about the car sales was a random thought. This is the universe working with me to give me the message, to put you in the environment where it's real. Okay? So we lack the basic knowledge to be successful. Most of the time, we don't know what we don't know. How many today in the VIP session in the morning knew stuff that you didn't know before? All of you agree? How many of you use Google on a daily basis? Of you use Google on a daily basis? Why you did not ask Google on what I told you? Because you don't know. You don't know what you don't know. And your job is to get and be open for everything and filter out, except one thing. You don't listen to bullshitters. You don't listen to people who are not good enough to give you the advice, because otherwise you will be sidetracked in a tangent and these people will not help you. You will basically spend more money and more effort to overcome problems which you don't need in your life. One good example of that is when you get somebody to do your website, get somebody to do your SEOs. You can't. You don't surround themselves with and learn from experts. And we believe that someone will do everything. I go to this coach because this coach will give me a life coach. This coach has his own life. There are aspects of every single coach he doesn't know. And this is what we overcome. We are not experts on everything. We are experts in specifics. And when we don't have expertise, what we do, as ethical individuals under B-Engine, CMC, and what have you, we refer and we invite expertise in. So if you surround yourself with the right expert and you learn from them and you listen to them, you can overcome. So what we are offering is Branding Mastery Winning System, which is 12 steps brand blueprint. We will learn a little bit about it tomorrow, but I want to just run you about our services. This was the only solution to give you money. Money leveraged by your own brand. Once you establish your own authority, you establish your own books or your marketing material or your reports or what have you to be seen as authority. You establish your own e-books or e-presence of your own projects, because books are not valid for everybody. For bookkeeping, it might be just reports and methodology of how to do bookkeeping. For copywriters, it might be just blogs or condensed information of something. We can also show you how to get these books privately labeled for you, somewhere between $5 to $28. So if you want somebody to give you a professionally made e-book or a book in your area, we have ways to get it within $5 to $28. And I don't want to spell more because we can also show you how you can do your own seminars, how you can do your own audiobooks. And today we learn the value of having video and audio. And today you break your fear. We heard the people delivering. There was a delivery in the morning. Somebody was delivering a baby outside. There was somebody who was really screaming outside. Right? She was delivering. I don't know. This is what got me outside. Anyway, we can explain how to manage speaking engagements. We can show you how to sell the certified. We can give you your programs. We can explain what principles behind mindsets. And you can, at the end of the game, you can franchise your program. You can train your trainers. And you can sell. And the biggest value we provide is how to put everything together as one target behind your brand. How to establish a new career or career shift, or how to grow your current career within this mean to make profits, not running behind clients and to send clients away. The step number one in our program, we call it stage number one, which is discovery. You are the authority, so we will discover the power of your authority. We will discover your authority. We give you the power behind your brand. Establish your authority. Manage your professions based on your life brand. And the outcome will be a personalized plan for you to be the authority in your own field, to be recognized as the leader, as point of contact. When people come to Calgary or Canada, they say, oh, you know what? If you want to have this service in Canada, call up Mitch. He's there. He's a good guy. We can show the tactics and the strategies. How can you get in front of these people? How to leverage LinkedIn, social media, the exposure. This exposure is an opportunity. It's not bad. It's best opportunity if you can use it for your own authority. We can also discuss in the plan what's your actual program. So when your program is coaching, what does it mean coaching? What's the deliveries? What do you do? Identify the service of your brand. Identify the target audience and the clients of your brand. So some of these clients might be, in some cases in the back, people are baby boomers or people who wants to do. So what's these clients? How you can reach them? We can help developing your marketing plan, articulate your service, position yourself, and to reach your audience. And this will be an executable plan. Plan which you can be done on a weekly basis. Is not a business plan for the investor, which nobody else reads. Stuff which works. How many of you here agree that when they spent yesterday and today was too much to get through? This is the rate we work with. How many of you would believe that within less than a day and a half we'll be able in front of a camera and articulate an okay to good to above average 1-minute video? Did you believe you could do that? Because you never did it before. We demonstrate to you that with a little bit of instructions from an expert, you can do it. Now, if you don't like it, what will happen? You have a retake if you are a VIP. And if you are a guest, willing to convert to VIP, you can have a retake. And if you don't want to convert and you want to think about it, you can come to our next event, be a guest, and have another retake. We will be happy to help you and serve you, because we are about serving and helping. We will make money, we will make money. Because there are people out there admire our capability and our skill sets. And when we help everybody in the community because we like to help. The second stage will be communicate. How to communicate your authority. Your authority will be communicated via books, via report. We have a step-by-step plans to establish authorities. There are people out there who will take from you somewhere between $17,000 to $44,000 to publish a book for you within 96 pages. And we don't charge that money. You don't need to pay that much money. There are people who are spending $10,000 to be able to publish a book, and they did not even have a website because they don't have a plan. They just have a book. We can show you how to communicate your service, how to communicate your authority, how to publish a book and become an expert. And become an expert before even publishing a book. And when we talk about publishing book, we talk about self-publishing. You will be the owner, the sole owner of all reality of your own book. It will not be us. We will not be sitting in the back and say, when every time you sell, we will get $2. We don't do that. We will explain, we'll give you the plans, we'll help you execute the plan, and you can move on at your pace of mind. And if you don't perform, we'll give you a kick in the butt to move. And we'll talk also about the best time to release and publish a book. Believe me, publishing a book is not Monday morning because everybody on Kindle. It's a different story. When the book is tied to my business, there is a right time. And as you saw here, we have 2 books. I have 2 books. They were published. And they are on Amazon. Okay? They are published for a reason. And these are the samples of the covers of the 2 books. These are not the 2 books. And that's why we ask you if you can pre-order and help us to pre-order them. You can pre-order them. Because each one of this material is planned and designed to fill a gap within our authority. We are not about publishing book. We are about using it for what? Selling our program and enforce our authority. The same story as the CSEO. Okay? And we can explain how to maximize your value from your book, because there is no money in publishing books. And if anybody will tell you there is money in publishing books, they lie to you. If you sell your book, a business book, how much will it be? $15, $20? How much in reality you can get? As a self-publishing, about 70%. For every book you sell, you get $10. If you want to live, how much do you need money per month? $5,000? $6,000? $6,000 is a good number. You make $10 per book. How many books do you need to sell per month to live? 600. How many days in a month? 30. How many books you want to sell a day? 20. How many hours you are awake in a day? Less than 20 hours. Which means every hour on the average you need to sell 1 copy of the book. Believe me, if you wrote the Bible, sorry Anthony, I don't mean anything. If you wrote the Bible, you will not be able to sell a book an hour. If you wrote the Torah, if you wrote the Quran, so Anthony will not get against me. We are brothers from two different mothers, man, right? You cannot. The models are not there. There are ways to do that. When you have seminars, when you have big workshops, you can sell and upsell your books. But there is no money in putting books out there. And there is no money for somebody to come and tell you, oh, would you mind I take your case study and put it in a book and you pay me $2,500 or $3,500 to include your story in my book? You don't need to do that. If you have 2 to 3 weeks availability, we can show you how to make a decent industrial book, a good quality, good content, and how to market it. And when we don't know, we will bring the expert in front of you at your own zero cost extra. We don't upsell. We contracted the expert because we are part of this league. We will give you an execution plan for your book. E-books. E-books is a big story. And you can buy label lots of e-books. But why the e-books are important? Because my website will be indexed with what? With their own content. That's right? So if my book, Helping My Business, has the same words of my business, when I have my e-book. E-books also can be used as a carrot to attract visitors. So if you want me to come to your website, I will download your book from your website. So there are lots of mechanisms we can do about communicating and marketing. And all of them are ideas. Are there right ideas or bad ideas? Do we know? But if we execute them, will we know? Yes. So all of these are ideas. The ideas work. You are guys here in a very short marketing campaign, and it works. We will show you also some ebook automation techniques to open channels with ebook, For example, if you want to go to the new management team, the management team left in your company, you want to go to the new management team, what do you do? Send an email saying, here is my ebook about the topic, which is your company is looking for experts. Tell me, what do you think? If I want to reach, I reach to the Chief Justice of Canada. I reach Parliament members. So busy. They give me 3 months to give me a quote for my book. They call me for 15 minutes. I had interviewed them. How long will it take me? 2 days for the mailing campaign. And we spoke to about 8% of the Parliament members of Canada. I agree with you guys. Can you turn off the recording, man? I agree with you guys. These Parliament members don't do anything, okay? But they are busy, okay? You can use this book as leading to open doors to the highest authority of the world. If you have a book and you send it to the Prime Minister, you will get a letter from the Prime Minister saying, thank you, I got your book. And I will read it. And Stephen Harper read a couple of my technical books. And he sent me a comment after that. What we do with these letters? We put it on our website. We let everybody know. It's a hype. What we do with the hype? We market our services. And we can show you how to maximize the profit of your brand is an executable brand around your book. We talked today about the power of audiobook. In our programs, we have a specific area where we talk about audiobooks, the different channels. We are doing some radio stations as well. If you are an authority, you can run your own radio station. How much will it cost you to run your own radio station? Did you know the script? Literally in Canada, you can run a radio station if you have the right digital media for 4 days. Within $8 to $12 a month, you can run a decent radio station which come on Radio Canada app of the iPhone. It's up to 100 audience concurrently. What will happen when you have more than 100 audience concurrently? You will not care about the money, because if you have more than 100 concurrent audience to your industrial or a channel, talk about editing, talk about business coaching, it means what? It means you will have more customers, and some of them are listening to you simultaneously. That's right? So do you care at the time to pay $100 a month? No. These ideas work. It works for people. It's not new. But we in Canada do not have exposure to execute them. We will talk about audiobooks. We talk about the power of audiobooks. We talk about the power of video education. And if you don't like public speaking, if you don't like to be in audio, you don't need to be public speaking, but you need to be featured as a public speaker, and you can talk on the audio behind your own PowerPoint presentation or behind your own graphics, which is our experience we have with our lovely Alex. This is what his expertise is. If you go to the videos we have, there are vocals there are illustrations there, and our voices are not there. Some other neutral English voices are on some of our material, but they feature me because they go to specific targets. So we can work around this audiobook and help you with the audiobook and how to be representing you if you want to. And this is an executable production of your audiobook. We can help with your seminars component. And you have experience today in a workshop and yesterday, and this workshop went significantly off script because we are about serving you. But we are experienced enough. When people come here, people are not memorable. People understand what does mean public speaking. When we sit here and we start to talk and we start to read some stuff, but when we go off script, I think we served you because we understand. We are not memorizing a sales pitch to give it to you as educational package. All of our answers today and a little bit of yesterday were very driven by what you do. So we can show you from our experience, me and John, how we have been doing it for so long. I can stand on the stage, and if you are here till midnight, I can give you whatever, and we can answer you, and we have our thoughts, and we know where we stop. And I showed you here a few tricks. One of them is when I stopped, saying, let's land it here, because I know I was going a little bit off tangent. And somebody asked me a question, I stopped, I continued the trail of thoughts, and then I went back to your question. That's right? So we can show you how You can feel comfort. And we do also have the rehearsal. We do have also a group of people who are like you, wants to join, and they are willing to be your audience for 1 or 2 or 3 days. So we can show you behind the scene. We can show you strategies. We have also our extended network of public speakers from different Toastmasters from different areas where they will come and show different stuff. We talk about your speaking engagement, where you can be advised and we can show you how to get into engagements. I was in CAPS and they didn't get me any engagement. Because there are mechanisms to be engaged. There are mechanisms. I have been invited in so many conferences for a reason. It's not because I'm a public speaker. It's because when I approach them, it's different. Only Hillary Clinton is a public speaker. And we will show you our Piata technology. Our Piata technology is how to get your personalized strategy to work to make money. And we move from the action, because the stage number 2 was the communicate. We get you into stage number 3, which is the action. And what we do is we do money. You see the money sign here? This is what you'll make, money. Because you put all this together. If you don't have more than time and a little bit of money, less than in the thousands range, not $10,000 to pay it in fees, we can show you in 3 to 6 months how you can make passive income out of your presence. How much money you can make, I don't know. But we know you'll make money because there are people there waiting for your message with your own vocals. And you can show you how to can make passive income. We can also help developing your own products. So when we talk about coaching, it's different than consulting. I don't want to use business. I'm sorry, Elio. So what service a coach will do? What's the product? There are some one-on-one, but there are some other products. Are these products meet the standard and the acceptance? Do the material have the right branding? How many of you here understand and likes our workbook? Can you produce something like this for your clients? If you are in this business of training. Can you produce these questionnaires? How they look like? And why they are different? And how are they branded? But the brand is not annoying. Okay? So this is what we can talk about it. We can talk about the delivery of the products. We can talk about how to maximize. It's basically a business plan for your own brand. And we can also talk about your mindset. Our groups are not mindset groups. Our groups are working groups. And I will talk to you in a little bit. But we can explain how you can set up your mindset groups if your business requires mindset groups. I know a friend of mine. She works as HR for so long. And right now she is running mindset groups to write CVs. She gets more referral from the people who comes to her mindset groups than anybody can believe. None of her clients are her mindset members. Because everybody says, oh, I'm doing mindset. Oh, with this lady. She's good. But you know what? I don't have time. Can you give me her contact? She had at least 3 to 4 referral working clients from each one in her mindset group. And she's doing it where? In Airdrie, where there is nobody else. How many people are doing it in Calgary? John can tell us. I know somebody in Olds doing the same. In Cranston doing the same. They got in these areas and they get more clients. But this client needs one-on-one. So we can explain and we can show. We have been in so many mindset groups and we saw how many of them they don't go by. And I remember me and John went. John invited me to one, and there was how many individuals in this mindset group, which we went in for a whole day? 0. It was only me and John, and both of us were guests. And we respect the fellow. He gave us interesting content. We love the content. We interact with him very nicely. But this speaks to itself. If you have mindset group and you have few individuals to it, everything will start with few. We don't start with hundreds, right? Everything starts with 2 or 3. And after 3 or 4 runs, if these 2 or 3 or 4 individuals don't want to come or don't show up, what this means? There is no value in the mindset group. So we can talk about that. We can give you a plan. We can also, in stage 4, we can talk about something slightly up level. How can you run a certified program? How can you certify others to to hold your own certifications. And why? How many of people here are John Maxwell certified? There is so many certifications out there. How many of you here are New Beaks or Beak certified? There's so many people are doing it. You can do it. If you run a healing or a life coaching or a business or any kind of service, you can get individuals. And by the way, everybody here will be certified for brand mastery. Tomorrow, you will get your certification. So I give you one more secret of tomorrow. So tomorrow when you come, you most likely will have your retake, you'll have your video, and you'll have your certification, because all of you will be certified. We can also show you how to sell the certified. I'm not good in sales, and I don't think we were good in sales, because not many of you why you guys do not upgrade? But we are not good in sales, that's right. But there are mechanisms to sell the certified. If you have a larger crowd of certified for your healing business, in particular life business, life coaching, business coaches, these people who are certified, you can sell them. I did this in Saudi Arabia. Every single entrepreneur in Saudi Arabia became certified. I certified more than 17,000 young who are building companies. When they need business services, they need accounting services, the organization I work with, they sell it to them. I established this system. So having certified people for your service, if your service, because this is not for everybody, this is for specific businesses. If your business can allow certification, you basically define your blue ocean by your certified individuals. We can also talk about franchising your program. And we spoke a little bit today about the legality of being in multi-jurisdictions in Canada. States or provinces under law is called jurisdictions. So we have the information and we have access to resources in the whole North America. And if you like Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and some other areas in Middle East, we have also access to this information because of my origin. If you want to franchise your programs, we have individual here. We are talking about, will it be legitimate for him to be Canadian and to go sell elsewhere? Franchise it to somebody. There are areas around the world right now, developed area in South America, in South Asia, in Middle East, where healings and energy are very attractive for them. This is what people want. You can easily establish a program, having a Canadian presence, having 0 clients in Canada, but having your books, your material, where somebody else elsewhere are selling it for you. It's not hard. I did it a few times. I even build universities. I accredit universities some places without a university in Canada, without a working university in Canada, but to establish a university in Canada. We can also show you how to train the trainer. So when you get your distribution channel, you get your certified individuals, you get your people who want to franchise, how you can train them, and what packages you can give to them. So your trainers can sell beyond your limit, and you can sell your trainers, and if you can reach this particular stage, this is your lifetime income. You have trainers working for you. Everybody did it. Big did it. Everyone we know are doing it. Did you heard about Landmark Forum? Same model. These are not strange. These are strange for Canadians, because Canadians do not look beyond their territories. You can do this. It takes maybe 2 to 5 years to reach this level, based on how aggressive you can drive your business. There are some businesses you can reach this level below 2 years. Les Brown and Tony Robbins are not 20, 50 years in business, by the way. Okay? Are you excited? So this is what we provide. This table shows your authority, your program, your books, and we have here the values, which we believe it's a fair value. If I have competitors, I may label the book around $45,000, because our program is very similar to them. And we run Brand Essential, Brand Brilliance, and Brand Elite, which basically a subset based on where your business, which skill sets, what do you need. And the value of the Branding Essential is $59,000. The value of Branding Brands is $82,000. Branding Elite is $146,000. And these values are very minimal. You can actually label much more than that. just to give you a quick example, how much will it cost you to get a book in a competitor is $44,000 US. And they come here to Calgary every 3 months. I cannot tell you from the stage what their names. There's another competitor from California, comes $17,000 US. And we also run something called the Stroming Mindset, a Stroming Mind or Branded Success. A Stroming Mind or Stroming Your Brand is a working session where we meet every 2 weeks, and we sit and work on your own brand. We work on your blogs. We work on what's your blog title. We work on what you'll put outside, what's your tweets. And we also have the ecosystem. And this ecosystem will promote you, because you cannot promote yourself. You need some other people to promote you. And if I promote someone not in my same business, and he promote me, which is not competing in my business, we will go out and say, yeah, why you deal with Badawi? Because Mitch said, Badawi I'm dealing with, and I got reasonable. He's a reasonable guy. So people will come to me. Many of you came to listen to me because they met John. And many of you are here to watch John because I talk about John. If John talk about himself and I talk about myself, they call it self-promotion. So we have the Branding Essential, which is a 12-month program. We have 18-month program, which is called Branding Brilliance. And we have Elite program, which is for 24 months. We run 2 discovery. We have, if you join these programs, we will offer you a branding discovery session, which basically 3 hours one-on-one. And this discovery session will make initial assessment for your program. It gives you an initial put it together plan. It will give you detailed evaluation how we will perceive your own brand. And it will give you good rapid result, because if you understand where you are, it's easy to go through where you will be. And we label this as a value of $5,000. The biggest branding challenge is to make the money you want, and you are overwhelmed. You don't know what you do. You are frustrated. You are confused. Time is not on your side, because there are people there branding themselves against you, and you are stressed, you are anxious, you are discouraged. You did not even share yesterday as you promised, because yesterday you told you, can you share? You didn't. You are stressed. You don't want to do it. And you have a horror belief that you cannot do it. You're always hopeless, stuck, and trapped. And this is the reason you never did it for the video. How many of you were thinking about taking video for themselves? Why you did not move? Because you are trapped. You are trapped within your thought. When somebody like me stand here and say, let's articulate a value proposition. Let's get you there. Here are the resources there. Let's move and stand. When we got Alex here and explained to you how it can be done, when you were being kicked in the butt to do it, what did happen? You did it. And now, when you did it, what will happen? You can edit it, you can modify it, you can make it better and better and better till you'll be making enough money and retire. So our branding, mastering, winning, and summary, it's a 3-level program. It's Branding Essential, Branding Brilliance, and Branding Elite. And the values for them is $59,000, $82,000, and $146,000. Durations between 12 to 18 and 24 months. Today, and because of today, we are putting on it the cost for Branding Essential is $6,000. Branding Brilliance is $9,000, and Branding Elite is $14,000. And you will not be paying that much for people who cannot afford these particular plans as a lump sum. We are offering the plan for $549 during today and tomorrow only. And if you act today or tomorrow, it's $549 a month, which is the least you can spend. If you want to someday stand and say, 2 years ago I have zero value dollars. Today I'm self-sustained. I don't need to work. I made enough money from my authority, from my speaking. When we did this practice with individual, and I saw different individuals doing the same program I present here, there are people who change their life. And instead of being authors, instead of being working every day, they end up being trainers, and they work only 5 to 6 months a year. The rest of the time, they'll be with their own family. And this is for money. We are talking about your brand and establishing your authority for own money. This is, to recap on the program, this is the program we have. And it is very sad. If you don't move, you will be where you are, because the statistics said 96 of us will not move. Will be in the same place or much worse. 81 of you will be looking for business and keep looking for business because you don't move with your plan, and it's about time to take a decision. Here is the questions we have. The best time to do it is now. If you are not financially stable at the moment, the contribution is not much, because we talk about $597. We are not talking about thousands of dollars a month. And within 3 months, you should be able to see the revenue of that. I have a day job. If you have a day job and you want to quit, we have a formula for you in a short period. And if you don't want to quit your day job and you don't want to, nobody don't like to make a little bit of more money. You have just started on your brand. We can accelerate your brand. I am doing it part-time. We can show you how to do it part-time, how you can make more profits than anybody else. My brand is not profitable. I don't agree with that, because we were talking in the back. Les Brown and Tony Robbins do not have PhDs and master degrees. Actually, Tony Robbins in particular, I don't like his voice. But I don't like it. It does not resonate with me. I like Les Brown because I was in the U.S. If you ask white Canadians, sorry to use the word, white Canadians about Les Brown, nobody will like his accent. Terry Williams, my best mentor ever, 1982, when he speaks, you will not like his accent. And maybe tomorrow I can play a little bit of his speech. You will not like it. But these are the names. So everybody has a plan. I am in an MLM or a market network, and this is not for me. If you are in marketing network program, when the program will be discontinued or they don't perform, you will be lost. You will start from scratch. You can brand yourself for services beyond the product you are selling. And at that point, when you become authority in your health products, which majority of them will be health, you can move and bring other products, and you maybe now a point to rebrand your own products. And this is what Martha Stewart was doing. I already doing fine. If you are doing fine, you can do better. I already have a mentor or a coach, as I showed you. Nobody knows everything. You need authorities. You need multiple. You need information where if you get the wrong advice, you may end up in a place nobody can take it. So this is our offer. It's $549 a month. If you cannot afford the full payment, you will execute on 12 streams of income, which we'll talk about a little bit tomorrow. You will have a step-by-step program to maximize your profit. You will start with your own online accounts. We don't hold anything. You will be in control. If you want to quit and stop, you can. And you will launch, control, and maintain your own brand. I am a brand, and I got service to people to help them establishing their business coaches, because they see me, which I was never being called a coach. And I hate to be called a coach. These are the programs you have. And what I have for you is a gift from me. For the guests, if you want to join this program, all what you pay for the first payment, $299, and you try it out. For the VIP, I will absorb I will sign up for the program. You will pay nothing for the first month. And these guys in the back, they don't know that. They will kill me, but it doesn't matter. And if somebody is willing to invest the whole amount and they see the value in the 12 months, 18 months, or 24 months, we are not giving 10% of the business. I am giving 20% for the full payment, if you are willing to pay the full payment. So you have 3 options, folks. Option number 1, if you want to join on a monthly basis and you are a VIP, I will give you a $300 discount. I will use your contribution as a VIP in the program. You will come for the first month, try it out. If you don't like it, no obligations. If you like it, you can join. You can continue with it. For the guests, if you upgrade for VIP, you can have option of retake tomorrow. You can be part of our program for 1 month. Try it out. If you don't like it, we give you. I give you my money back guaranteed, and I give you also satisfaction guaranteed for all the service. Okay, so it's limited time offer only within today and tomorrow, and we have forms outside if you like to. Yeah, just to put the other ones. If you like to act now, and I thank you very much for your day today, and think about it. It's really something will help you significantly. And if 1.5 days it changed your mind to do something you were not comfortable with, imagine if you stuck with us for 12 months. And you will be fascinated with the results. At this note, you have the forms in the back if you like. Tomorrow with the VIP will be at 8 o'clock. General seatings will be at 9. You will have access to the videos tomorrow, and I will leave it back to John to close off.
How much energy do you have? None left? Spent? Are you looking for value? Did you get value? Yes? Good day, right? Quick question again then. What color is the shirts? Blue? Red ocean, blue ocean? Blue ocean, high five. That was weak. Come on, energy. Deep blue ocean. One more time, energy. Blue ocean. We have a program here that can benefit many, many people. If you're interested in the program, we encourage you to talk to Annette at the back. We would love to continue helping you. I know today we're ready. You guys are all looking at blue ocean. I'm going to leave you with that thought. Thank you. Yes, leave name tags on the table. We'll pick them up.
Question here. Try invite some of my time.
How about the keyboard?
What time? I'm not sure.
Okay, one important question to answer. Tomorrow, some of the VIPs will have the option to bring guests, 2 or 3. We try to limit it to 2, but we may have a time for a third one. We don't know yet. If you want to bring them and you want them to take value for the whole day, these guys want them to bring them at 2 hours. For me, bring them the whole day.
Why do you say bad things about me?
No, man. We have no. I'm not a nice guy. We have enough space. Make them come. What we'll explain tomorrow will blow people's mind, because I was told when I explained this in different places, nobody packaged it in this way. We never understand the value of all the element. Invite them in the morning. They will come. They will have lunch. We will give them lunch as well, and they can spend the whole day with us.
What time should they arrive?
9 o'clock.
The session started at 9 o'clock. The general session started at 9 o'clock. The video session is going to start roughly 11. So if they want to come before 11 o'clock, if you're bringing guests for testimonials.
But if you want them to
But
come from 9.
From 9 o'clock, there'll be space available.
Speaking of videos, you said they're going to have access to the videos tomorrow? No, they're not. Videos will not be ready tomorrow to view. Throwing that out there.
They need some work.
Mr. Editor is not going to be staying up late doing this.
From 11 to...
That same 2-hour block that we did.
We will give you a high.
So if they can show up a little bit early so that